Hey, how's it going, Captains? Admiral Tori here, and welcome aboard for another World of Warships video on my channel. In today's video, I want to discuss about player statistics and win rate. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because there is a number of people in World of Warships that are absolutely obsessed with numbers. Now, I understand that in any competitive game, as in player versus player, in the case of World of Warships, of course you want to win as a team. Of course you want to have great statistics to discuss about because people will respect players that are good in the game. And I understand it. There are games that I play that I watch, professional CSGO players back in the day, League of Legends, and I respect them because of their ability to be shown to the public through streaming, through championships, through esports, and it's awesome, and you learn from them. But there is a line that's to be drawn when it comes to statistics. Now, for me, at times, I do look at my stats. And when I look at my stats, I usually want to learn more about myself. What's my favorite cruiser? What's my best battleship? What's the most played ship? How many games I play in the carry? It's always nice to look at these things. What's my worst ship or the least played ship? And I had a really nice conversation with one of my clanmates on the Discord server when he looked up my statistics because he noticed that I had a game with the Atlanta where I shot down 68 planes, and it just so happens that I made a video about it several years back. Now, why am I discussing this? Well, there is a lot of players that want to know how to achieve a high win rate or find a ship that can carry a team. And people are always asking, how do you do this? How do you do this? How, it gets to a point where in the forum, almost every day there's going to be that one guy who strongly believes to a point where, when you're so attached to your win rate, when you're so attached to statistics, you start to, if I were to describe it, be delusional about it, because I don't understand why people keep posting about, Wargaming recently patched and they literally made matchmaking worse for me. It happens, and it's the reality of World of Warships. The big thing when it comes to statistics, and I've been seeing it since the beginning of World of Warships, is that for some reason, people are entitled to tell others how to play because they have a higher statistics. And I had a moment recently with my CV video that I made where I discussed about my predictions, and I assumed that the person who commented about my prediction didn't agree with my opinion, which is fine because we live in a society where people will always disagree at some point. But the stupid thing that really caught my attention is that he tried to justify my point as being wrong because of my statistics, and I kind of laugh about it because he tried really hard finding a way to prove that I am wrong no matter what because of my statistics. And the reason why it's funny is because when you search me up, I just so happen to have a pretty good record, and the best he could throw at me was that, oh, you have 8,000 battles and you're talking like this, like you don't know what you're doing. I'm sure that I'm going to speak to several people who happen to watch this video that at some point someone will call you out and they will just assume that you have the worst statistics. And every day, people are looking into things about how to rank up, how to win matches. And here's the admiratory wisdom here. If you want good statistics, if you want a high win rate, just don't worry about it. Because at the end of the day, you can't change the numbers. I play with several people who run programs. I believe it's called Matchmaking Monitor. And there are people on the forum who ask how to install this particular mod. Every time you jump into the game, the Matchmaking Monitor will open up each player on each side their statistics, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't matter to me. I don't run it, but it's kind of interesting. Like I said, statistics can be a interest when it comes to discussion, but at times I learn a little bit about it, and there are some shocking things because one of my clanmates runs it and he said that there's a good chance that we're going to lose because the average win rate on our team was 30%. And for me, for a while, when I was playing World of Warship before I learned about this, I usually think that the average player in World of Warship would have at least around 45% win rate, but I was mistaken because when I play in the high tiers, they talk about how there are quite the number of people of 20 to 30% win rate. In a CV game, he talks about how that we're probably going to lose because our CV has a 20% win rate versus their CV that has a 60% win rate. And to me, it doesn't matter because you can't change the result. Don't be too stressed out about it. My win rate is my win rate. It just so happens that I have a high win rate, and part of that reason why people are so keen on having a high win rate can also cause the reason why they have a low win rate, because I talk about this all the time, and I'm gonna just mention it briefly. World of Warships is a team-based game. I can't tell you how many times throughout my years in World of Warships that there are going to be those people in World of Warships who are not willing to play as a team. And that is why you lose, because you don't play as a team. And of course, you're going to argue with me that sometimes you can't control your team. And that's true. I can't control my team, but I always try. And that's just the reality of it. There's no control of it, but yet I still able to accept the fact that there are games that you can't win or I can't win and still maintain a reasonably high win rate as a player in World of Warships. As a matter of fact, I am a veteran, right? You followed me for 3 years. I'm so proud of you because I don't expect myself to play World of Warships this long, and I just so happen to because I love to play this game. But yeah, don't let win rate be the center of the universe. Just don't. If you want to have a good win rate, you don't have to think about it because you're always a winner if you don't think about it. I remember a time when I was playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 back in the days where everyone wants the high KD, and there's this psychology if you didn't know when it comes to playing games, but you can do well in the beginning. When you start playing a game the first time of the day, you're going to do well, the best you can do in the beginning. But when you keep playing it, of course, your mind kind of degrades throughout time. As in, like, during the day, because you're going to do worse and worse. And your mind is not fully focused. And that's where the frustration comes in. And as a result, what a lot of players tend to do is that when they're not doing well, they keep playing because they want to win at some point to get that ecstasy, that high, because oh man, I haven't won a game in a while. I'm gonna keep playing until I win. No, you're not supposed to do that. That's what you call being tilted in League of Legends sense. So that's why I believe when it comes to having a good win rate, it's just that you don't think about it. Just don't think about it, and you might check it once in a while, and that's fine. I check my win rate once in a while. I'm stuck at 59% ever since I started playing, I believe. I don't recall the last time that 59 has changed, probably because I have 8,000 games on my account, but yeah, just don't even think about it. I have a lot of respect for people that they just play World of Warships. They don't really think about it. And I play with people who are entitled to say that, oh, I don't want to div with this guy because this guy has a 40% win rate last time I checked. And yeah, it happens. You will meet those people out in the world, but there are genuine people out there. Believe it or not, whether you like it or not, there are genuine people out there who aren't good at this game. And I was in a division with one of them. First time I met this guy, and this guy was brave, honest, courageous to tell me right away, saying that, hey, Admiral Hattori, this is the first time in this Discord server, I wanted to play some casual games, and I'm not good at this game. I have a very low win rate. I usually die within a couple seconds a game. And for a person like me who's a veteran of World of Warships, if I cared so much about my win rate, I would just personally say that, oh, I gotta do something. I'm probably not gonna play with you. But in the heart of World of Warships that I had back in the beta, where people only care about experimenting and having fun, I play with them. He was a person that I respect a lot because he was courageous enough to say that, hey, I'm not good at this game, and I'd rather play with this person because without even realizing. I played an hour and a half with this particular person, and yes, I get games where we lost quite by a landslide, but I enjoyed it. Why? Is because, he's laughing about his mistakes, and I laugh about it, and I give him some pointers, say that don't do this, and he appreciates it. And then all of a sudden we end up in a conversation about life, because I was talking about where is he from, because this is the first time I meet him, and he talks about he likes cars, and I like cars. I like Volkswagen. He's owned a Sirocco. You get my point. If you just go with the flow, you don't even realize that you're struggling in the game. And at the same time, since you're in a positive mood when it comes to playing a game, you will do well. You will do much more consistent than before. I'd rather play with this person than rather play with one of those famous people who have an 80% win rate, because if they happen to be toxic, I just don't want to deal with it. If they're gonna argue and say, hey, why do you do that, Admiral Tori? That's a stupid move. I'm not gonna play with you if you keep doing this. Yeah, you can point out mistakes, just don't go overboard with it, but there are people out there. So if you're going YouTube, and I'm sure there are people out there typing in, oh, Water Warship, how to get a high win rate, or Water Warships, how to carry. Carry is I personally don't like that word, but I watch Jingo, and there are several replays that are reasonably to say that the player definitely did it for himself and win it for the team. But in most cases, especially in Water Warships, for me, it's really difficult to define as carry. And in this case, you're watching a gameplay of me playing the Musashi, definitely doing very well with this Musashi. A lot of people would describe this as carrying, but for instance, you notice that the Kagero on my team, who was dealing with the gearing, he will end up being at the bottom of the leaderboard. And most people think that by the end of the game, they don't really think of others when you're carrying. From what I've seen, they usually just talk about, oh, I did a lot of damage. But for me, this damage would never happen without the help of that Kagero, because the Kagero was willing to sacrifice his score, his own individual performance, to spot the gearing, spot the Bismarck, spot the Musashi, spot all the battleships and ships on the other side, just for me to fire my big Musashi guns and get a great game going. That's one of many reasons. Or the Salem and Des Moines, who are nearby me, they don't, they're not doing as much damage as I do, so technically I am carrying, but that's not possible without their help, because the Des Moines use her radar, allow me to devastate strike the Minotaur. I'm not sure it was the Des Moines or Salem that used the radar, because I have both of them on my side, and I appreciate it. The point is that this is not possible without my team. At the end of the day, this is a team-based game. And it's so rare for me to even use the word I carried. And, there are games out there that you can reasonably use it all the time, like, League of Legends, where there is this snowball effect or all sorts of stuff. But the mentality of this game is, it's just driving it to the ground. And I think that a lot of people are influenced to think this way, because they think that, there's a class in this game. There's a certain class. There's really no class. Don't think about it. I can list a number of things that people said over the years, saying that, I have a higher win rate than you in this ship, so I should be giving advice. And of course, it's credible at times to use statistics. And those reasons might be like, for instance, on the forums, it happens all the time, but player A says that he plays battleships and he never played destroyer, but he posted a topic saying that destroyers are broken without any clue how destroyers work. It's hilarious, as in, like, they think that concealment is ultimate, as in 3 kilometer concealment. There exists a destroyer with 3 kilometer, or they don't understand how cruiser work. Why does HE work? For me, I play all types of ships, and it's reasonable to say that if you haven't played this type of ship, then you don't really have the right to judge unless you play Water Warships for so long. You face that ship so many times, but you refuse to play it. But then, it's still questionable to even contest that argument. So, my point is, for the sake of yourself, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about player statistics. You're always a winner. Just play the game the way you want to play, as in try your best. You don't need to worry about it and accept the reality that you're going to lose. I know it's It's crazy at times how people make poor decisions, but I do things to the extent where, you know, I win games not because I carry, but I win games because I make constructive decision. A lot of people think that you win games by carrying, by doing the most damage. There's a reason why a lot of people get games where they do a lot of damage but they still lose. Part of that reason is probably because they play selfishly for their player statistics. I don't understand that. Like I said, it has to be a collective teamwork, since it's a team-based game. Just because you have a high player statistics does not really equate to a high win rate. They don't correlate. Believe it or not, they don't correlate. I have a high win rate in one of my Japanese destroyers, and as crazy as it seems, my average damage in them are like 20k to 30k. Yes, you know, that is not carrying damage, but yet I'm scoring 65% win rate with those destroyers throughout my grind. And part of that reason is because I understand the destroyer's ability to win domination games. And people overlook that because I see it all the time. There's always that Shimakaze that wants to flank the entire enemy team over capturing a flag and just want to score torpedo hits and thinking that they're going to win the game by damage. You can win through damage, but that is the hard route. Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Why? So, yeah, I just want to point that out because I thought it was an interesting topic. You know, people have their opinion on it, and if you strongly believe in statistics, that's the way to go, then amen to you. I respect your opinion. Yes, we live in a society where people have different opinions, but you know, it's rarely people respect opinions. But that's my view of my philosophy of how to win the game. Just don't think about it. Don't stress yourself about it, and accept what you have already. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this commentary. I don't do these type of commentaries that often. If you enjoy them, I'll definitely do them more often. I do enjoy hearing people doing these type of commentaries from people I subscribe to, and I hope you also enjoyed this amazing Musashi game, because in a while I haven't broke my tier 9 damage record because I don't play tier 9s that often, but my god, Musashi is a very strong ship, and she's about to leave the arsenal soon. So aside from that, I hope you guys have a happy, New Year, since it's January now, and I'll talk to you guys later.